Hello or welcome back to the channel. I'm Addie, and last video we were working on this build, and remember we were doing a cat tree house based off a picture that I had, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. After I finished this build, or not finished this, because this build clearly isn't finished, but after that first video, I sat and I thought about it for a while, and I honestly wanted to just give up on this build. I was thinking about it, and I was like, honestly, I think this is too hard for me. I actually kind of like hate this idea. But I was talking to one of my best friends, and she mentioned she kind of liked it. And then I was like, okay, well, now I have to commit to the bit and finish the build. I have to finish it. So this one's for her. So we're still going to keep the main idea alive, but realized that I don't think I could just rely on going off of the image in my head or even the image I had on my phone and have like a spaghetti, because it does need to be constructed like a cat tower, you know what I mean, because it's gonna have cats on it. And in the last video, I said we would swap out, because I want this particular piece to be a park area, and I still want that. So I think, so we need to swap out this for this, but only on this part. You're just gonna swap it out on this part, and that's it. I say that. And I was gonna do carpeting because I liked the idea at some point. Because I liked the idea of like cat towers have a scratch post attached to them, like the base is the scratch post, you know what I mean? And I did like the idea of like making the base the scratch post. It's saying I'm carrying too much stuff, but whatever. So I like the idea of making this carpet, or at least maybe having a carpet thing, like having this carpet, and then so the cats could like scratch on it, you know what I mean? And then I think we were gonna widen this so that we can layer on that other house. And this build is probably going to be a multi-part video. I cannot guarantee that I will finish it all in one video, so this build will probably be a multi-part video. But I will try not to have so many parts about this build, but you know what I mean. But you know. So now, because the way this game works, we will layer for the second home like that, and just add some more single, and then space it, make it a little bit bigger so that the home has space to be on it. They need to have space to like be able to walk around the perimeter of the house. You know what I mean? And then we will have to use stairs. We'll place some stairs there because they can't use ladders and they need a way to get into their home, and jumping is hard on them. Hard on their little bones. And then, so cat number 2. See? Okay, you see how on the edge that is? We need to add another layer. You know what I mean? I like to think when I'm building, I like to do like, I like to think about like the electricity, where the electricity is gonna go. And then I like to think about like the foundation of the structure. You know what I mean? Like if this was like in real life, this structure needs to be stable enough to like withstand. Like in my head, I like to see like even through like builds like this, even though it's like video game mechanics, I'm still kind of like looking at it like through a lens of like reality, and I'm like, okay, but this would need like structure to withstand everyday wear and tear and just existing in the world. You know what I mean? And it's like it just bothers me if it's like if I like I can't not think about it that way. It'll drive me insane just like not thinking. Like if I'm like this layer's too thin, that doesn't make any sense. There's no way this would be a stable enough foundation. It's kind of like Eve and Invincible, where she kind of just like in that scene where she was like trying to fix like a park, but she didn't check the foundation of the ground that she made the park on. And so like everything just like, so like the weight of the like play set and the fountain and everything just like sunk the ground, and then it was like more damaged than it needed to be because she wasn't thinking about the foundational structure. I'm built different though. I would have thought of that ahead of time before I was just like, let's just put a playground here. And then the playground just falls apart. You know what I mean? In my head, I cannot help but think like this needs to be, what if instead of making the base a scratch post, we make, why am I doing it in that? We make a wall, but we make the wall, we widen this out, but we make the wall carpet. I know. Sometimes I'm even like, carpet outside? Won't that get gross and smelly and like whatever? But it's like, oh, I have Steelix now. He will be my berry crusher. My other berry crusher. So Geodude isn't all by himself doing this job. I don't care what the little baby wants. I always make 100 of my items just to be on the safe side, because I never know how many I will need. I also have Armor Rouge. I don't know about y'all, but I love Armor Rouge. I love both. I love the whole like evolution and the like different types of Armor Rouge. I think he is so cool. All my Armor Rouges are boys and men. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 across. That's fine. And we'll make it about, let's make it about 3 high, just so we're using the material. You know what I mean? Feel free to make this as high or low as high or short as you want to. I think 2 is fine, but whatever. And then to get rid of some of the items we have in our pocket, part of me is like, do we want to worry about the walls so like they're not falling off? But another part of me is like, no. I want to do this, and now that I'm thinking about it, part of me wants to do a ladder on the back of it, but it's not like they actually use the thing, you know what I mean? And then, well, I've never seen the Pokemon actually use the slides. I've never seen them like hop on the sides. Even like has anyone actually seen them hop on the slides? And I'm curious about that. Okay, so I kind of like it so far. So this is what we've got so far. Then we might have to actually make this bigger. Because in my head, I have like, because on my picture, I have like all where I want to like make everything, or where I like want to place some stuff. And so, yes. So I know I want to place a Poke House like right here. Because there's two on the bottom. And while we, you know, like, and this bottom part will have stuff going on, of course, too, and like over, and be furnished or decorated with like, greenery and flowers and stuff. But honestly, the bottom base, decorate it however you want, or decorate your whole cat tower however you want. It's not that deep. It's just, yeah, decorate it however you want. This is how I want to decorate it, and so this is how I'm gonna decorate it. And I think, but like, I'm one of those people where like, I'm doing if I'm like, I'm kind of like, I'll decorate it as I go along, especially if I'm doing a build, like say I'm following along with the build, and like a lot of the times where they're like adding like, maybe when I'll do the like follow along to like the base build, like the like building itself, but when it comes like to the decorating, I like to do that on my own, and like, and I like to base how I'm decorating like based off who is gonna live here, what they like, what are their, like if they lived in a previous area, what items did they have in there? I want them to move into a new place with their old items, you know what I mean? Because it's like if you pick up something that they're used to, they like go into like a depression over it. You know what I mean? And so I want them to go into their new place with items that they're used to. And I also thought about doing this. And I noticed, and I love seeing them like interact with the punching game. I love seeing them interact with the punching game. And I think this is so cute. And I love this bed. Anyways. But those are items that I am for sure going to decorate with. And then, I want this to go, yes, on the wall. It's like Magnemite mode. I think I will have to make this bigger, actually. So, but I kind of like the idea of letting this, leaving the angle like post to be seen. Oh, we can cover them up. But silly. And then it makes me want to like decorate there, even though I probably shouldn't decorate there, because then it's like blocking this. No, okay. And then maybe we scoot the wall back. Okay. Wait, why isn't it? There we go. Maybe I think the wall needs to be scooted back by at least, we add 2 and then we scoot the wall. No, 3, and then the wall will be added right here. So let's mark it like this. We'll scoot the wall back right there. There we go. And then we're still going to do 2 high. Magnemite mode, even though doing it like this will drain my freaking energy. That's fine, I guess. I don't know why I'm doing like that. Okay, that's too much. Okay. So, this is working. Okay, wait. I think I just need... Okay, this is working. Works. And then... 3 high. 2, 3, right? We said 3 high. Yes. Oh, perfect. Okay, so what I did was I destroyed where I had the carpet wall at first, and then I pushed it back, and then I'm gonna push this back so we have more space, and then fill in this. So fill in this, because that gap is gonna drive me crazy. And I know not everything in nature is even, but everything in this will be. And then I was thinking, maybe add 1 more row, because this is gonna drive me crazy too. It's not completely even. Okay. And then add the final. There we go. Now it's on my pockets and it looks good. So. Exactly like the, I don't want it to blend in. You don't want it to blend in, because trust me. And this is my idea. Hopefully it'll work. If not, I will be... Oh my gosh, it worked. I did not think it would work. Okay, we're gonna do different layers. We're gonna do different colors, and they're gonna be at different heights. Okay, so... 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then this flower will be green. Should it be lime green or should it be dark green? Or should it be blue? Oh, I love this blue. Okay. We'll make it lime green. Ah! Yes. Okay. Okay. So that's fine. That I can't hold that anymore. 2. Oh no, I don't want them to connect. Oh no, maybe it should connect. No, you weren't supposed to do that. Okay. I know technically they won't be able to get on this, but that's not the point. I guess if you wanted to make sure they could get on this, they could. But for aesthetic reasons, I don't really care if they can or can't. But I do like the idea of doing something. But I do want them to, like, be able to use it. Like, maybe building little, instead of doing, like, putting, like, actual flowers, we could do, like, little flowers like this. And it, like, gives them a place to sleep. And then each flower is a different color. You know what I mean? So they do have, like, little areas they can sleep on. Okay. Also, my Smear Guru is named Van Gogh because I'm very funny. Actually, I don't have that paint on me. I guess. Okay. So we have room in our pockets. Let's test. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I like this, but I have a feeling that no one is going to be jumping up on these because they're too high. Well, they might be able to jump on these. I still like this idea for aesthetic reasons, even if they can't be used. I like the idea, though, of them being able to use it, but it's okay. I think for a lot of my builds, I like to go for, like, aesthetics, but also, like, usability is not a word, I think. Oh my gosh, usability is not the word I'm looking for. Aesthetics and, the aesthetics, the, like, I want things to be purposeful, and functionality is the word I'm looking for, not usability. Oh my gosh. Um, or whatever. Functionality, usability. Functionality sounds more college educated. um, usability. Anyways, functionality. I like to think of the aesthetics, the functionality, and also, like, the purposefulness. But, like, sometimes it's just like it's just it's just there for aesthetics. Sometimes there's things in real life where they have no purpose and it's just like it's because it's pretty. I feel like we might. Okay, now I like the idea of expanding this so that, because technically there are 4 Pokemon that will live on this cat tower. You know what I mean? And funny and it. So I think the idea is to expand, but we expand in the back. So, or we expand, no, we expand in the back. So, back into my mood, even though this will definitely drain out all my power. Lay it down. Okay, lay it down like that. And then I think because we need, or let's go into our single square and add two. Honestly, do we make this bigger? I think we make this bigger because it's kind of bothering me that it's not centered. And we can always just make it centered by making it bigger. And this adds, okay, I don't hate it. You know what I mean? But I feel like I don't hate it. I don't hate it. But I'm not sure about it either. And okay. So we need to add another back. So that we can do this. Okay. Oh, I just had an idea. That's probably not enough. These are not even. Still missing room for the back. Okay. 3. Oh. Anyways, the idea is fill up the back. Okay, so check to see if that's enough space for the back of this build. Yes and no. I don't like that it's like on the edge like that. So going into single block mode, we will add this. Okay. And then to add to this structure, well, Smear Guru, I don't know why you went down there when you could have just stayed right here, but okay, dog. Yeah, I like that. And then I think when you build these, it'll actually like be enough like space for them to like get into the build, get into the house. But I think we only need one step. Or instead, then they can just do that. Oh, I love that idea. Okay, I love that idea instead. But we will paint these because I think just leaving it that color is really kind of disappointing. I want this to have color. Like, okay. Um, um, how do I do? Okay. Well, okay. Now that we have my smear guru back because he just wasn't able to follow me anymore, and then he disappeared and went back all the way home to Bleak Beach. Whatever. But we got him back now. Also, this is Van Gogh. Everyone say hi to Van Gogh, my smear guru. So I want to put this table here. I want to put this, I said table, this bench right here. No, you know what? This is our bench. Our little fire hydrant. I think for now, until I get all those cats, well, I guess I could move, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move some of my EVs in here. Okay, so, oops, going back into Magnemite, we're gonna add on to this. I'm gonna add on to this by a layer, by 2, remember, because it hung off the edge when we didn't do that. Oh wait, no. This is fine. I forgot we were doing this. Okay, hold on. We're doing it like this. Yes. I think this area, these platforms, I think, like, we want to worry about, like, we don't really need to worry about, like, how many blocks on each, or how many blocks wide is this, or whatever. As long as this has enough, like, space to be, like, the back isn't, like, hanging off of it. The back isn't hanging off the thing. You know what I mean? And then we want to, it's kind of like decorate around it, right? Because, like, this whole area will be that Pokemon's, like, the house, and then the space around the house will be the Pokemon's area where you can decorate with their stuff, as well as decorate inside the house, and you can decorate around the perimeter with their items, and it'll increase their comfort level. Their comfort lever. Pull the lever, Kronk. Anyways. Yeah. So, how many? 1, 2, 3. This is about 1, 2. Okay. This is me just adding on to it, because it'll drive me insane if it's not even. and they need space. You need to you need some space to decorate around their area, you know what I mean? And then I like the idea. And then we need to add these in here to add like space. And then we will need to find a way to like add electricity, right? Okay. The roof supports. I think it adds to the build. And then we will worry about our electricity in a minute. I think the supports add to the build. I think it's interesting. And I kind of want to keep them seen. I don't want to hide it. You know what I mean? Because I think like seeing it helps add to it. I'll get some more in a second. And then I always run into this problem of them not having electricity within the house. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. And then, but you can't do that. Okay, hold on. What? Adding in electricity, because I always run into problems where the house doesn't have electricity and then you can't use any of the electronics. You know what I mean? Okay, I think we... Okay, and so to make sure that this house has electricity... So... Let's see. Make sure this house has electricity behind... Why didn't you do that? So you can do... Oh... Sorry. I got distracted by... Steelix. Whatever Steelix is up to... I got distracted by it. So Smeargaroo is gone for now, but that's fine. It's fine. We're just gonna add these in these little spots. But you get the picture now. Just like adding to the structure. Well, it's been an honor. And I would just like to say that's the end of this video. But in our next video, we will finish the main build, and then um, in the video after that, we will add all the little decorations. I will have everything painted and sorted out by then. Um, I also would just like to say um, thank you so much to all that viewed, liked, and subscribed to the channel. I hope you'll stick around to till the end and just and enjoy the journey. You could watch anyone else and anyone else on in the Pocopia fandom building or anyone else on YouTube, but you watched me and um just I just want to say thank you so much to all that liked, subscribed, and viewed. Even if you didn't watch the whole video, the whole first video, that is okay. Um, but once again, thank you. It was an honor, and I will see you in the next one.